We'll kick off this episode with exciting MIAA action, heading first to Sprague Field for girls lacrosse. After closing out an outstanding 13-4 regular season, Raiders' new season would begin right here on Tuesday, with their team motto being "Hard work beats talent," while earning the number 4 seed in a tough division would be proof of just how important those words really mean to every player on this Raiders girls lacrosse team. And behind captains Kylie Noonan and Sophie Vernon leading the way on offense, getting a chance to play at home for a Division I South matchup with the Red Raiders of North Quincy, Wellesley would look to quickly take care of business. Well, if there was any doubt as to how the Raiders would compete after a long 8 days off, well, Kylie Noonan takes the opening faceoff and running downfield without hesitation, gets past everyone, and buries it into the net. And that first goal would be a sneak preview of just how dominating Wellesley's offense would be on the turf. The Raiders have a lot of young talent on this team, especially in Maddie Balter and sophomore Caitlin Tchaikovsky. And that fact is stated even more clearly on this play here, as Tchaikovsky leads the defenders away, feeds it high but just right for Maddie Balter. Balter finds net easily for a 3-0 advantage in the early opening minutes of this first half. Well, it's either Groundhog Day or Kylie Noonan is just that good. I'll go with the second option, hands down. Noonan takes the face-off herself again and repeats exactly the same thing she did the last time she scored. Kylie Noonan's second goal of this half gives the Raiders a 5-1 lead. Less than 7 minutes in, Kylie Noonan scores again for the hat-trick, and it's 7-1 Wellesley, and North Quincy just can't find any way to stop this consistent offensive attack by the Raiders, as we're still not even halfway in to this first. Minutes later, Caitlin Tchaikovsky would lay down a hat-trick of her own here off a great Sophie Vernon feed, and it's a 10-1 advantage here for Wellesley. Cole Callahan's restart then helps push it to a double-digit lead in this high-scoring first, before the Red Raiders finally get something positive to go their way. As Marissa McGew gets her own restart rebound and drives in the putback, but it's still an uphill battle for North Quincy, down 11-2. Wellesley would easily fly through this opening period in total control, and by the time halftime rolls around, it's 16-2 Wellesley. And I think it's safe to say the Raiders are going to win this one, with pretty much the only bright spot here for North Quincy being their senior captain Marissa McGew, who scores a couple goals in this game. It's still a huge Raiders lead in this second half. And so Wellesley not only gets to take advantage of this lopsided matchup by resting all their starters and emptying out their bench for some quality minutes and scores, but the Raiders also get to do something pretty cool here. With senior starting goalie Carly Boyle's day done behind the net, Boyle gets rid of her pads and equipment and gets to come in on offense. Not afraid to shoot for the net either, you just know Carly Boyle wants to score in this game. So quickly, Boyle gets a couple good chances here, but then on this restart, and Carly Boyle makes sure this time her shot finds net. And there you go, the goalie scores a goal. Pretty awesome. Well, the Raiders just dominated this game from the very beginning as a team. North Quincy never really had a shot to even think about coming away with a first-round upset. Behind hat-tricks by Caitlin Tchaikovsky and Kylie Noonan, Wellesley crushed the Red Raiders by the final score of 19-6. And easily move on to the quarterfinals, where this 4th-seeded Raiders team earns another matchup at home, this time on Sunday, to face the number 5 seed, Hingham. Boys lacrosse would also get their chance of Division I South first-round action, but on the road here in Westwood, earning the number 13 seed, facing off against a very tough Xaverian Hawks team who would take the 4 spot. With both teams boasting solid defenders in net in Teddy Darcy and Michael Toomey, this would definitely be a great matchup to watch for sure. There's been some ups and downs to this season, no question, but determination and team effort despite injuries would help the Raiders earn a tourney spot for an outstanding 14th year in a row under coach Rocky Batty. And Wellesley would get some welcome help here too, as junior captain Grant Kasikis, who had been out with what was thought a season-ending injury, would instead show a lot of toughness and be ready to go for this important playoff game. So here we are in this first quarter, and Hawks standout Sean Spurzl starts things off quickly with a sidearm laser shot and score for the first goal of the game. Griffin Morgan would help keep things close though, as Morgan takes it in himself and answers back with his own score, and briefly tied up here 1-1. Xaverian would continue to go with the deep shots here and make them as well. Rob McClellan with this goal here helps the Hawks retake the lead. Nick Shaw then makes a dent in the net as he whips in his own laser shot, and the Hawks now lead 3-1. But with just under 20 seconds to go in this fast-moving opening quarter, Grant Casillas with a great centering pass to Carter Huff, and Huff finishes with a quick stick score. And that's exactly what the Raiders need here as we head into this second. Wellesley holding on here, down 3-2. But turnovers by the Raiders start to catch up with them here in this second, and the Hawks do not waste any time in taking advantage of it. Pulling away here thanks to a 4-0 run by Xaverian, backed up by goalie Michael Toomey just denying anything that comes close to the cage. So down by 5 goals, we now head to the third quarter, where the Raiders show a ton of heart and effort, looking to cut into this deficit somehow. And behind these 2 scores by Grant Casillas, Wellesley is able to break through this brick wall of defense that Toomey has built in net so far in this game. And now it's suddenly a 7-4 deficit for Wellesley. And even though the Hawks answer right back with another Sean Spurzl score, it's still a brand new game here, as Grant Casillas' hat trick in this quarter alone makes it 8-5 Xaverian after 3 played here. 3 goals separating this 4th seed from the 13th really is nothing when you're talking about lacrosse. Anything can happen. So, with hope driving this Wellesley team in this 4th and possible final frame, unfortunately, leave it up to Xaverian, the same team who pushed out the Raiders in the first round last year, to again crush any ideas of a Raider upset late in this game. But this 4th would be the dagger here for Wellesley, as all game in net Teddy Darcy would be outstanding. But having to defend point-blank shots throughout the game, costly turnovers by the Raiders, and offensively Wellesley just being denied again and again by Toomey and net, that would wear down any opponent. And so even though the Raiders came at the Hawks with determination, a ton of effort and heart, when it was all said and done, Wellesley as a team just could not withstand this Hawks offensive attack that just seemed to never let up in these 48 minutes. And so this 14-5 Xaverian lead would be an advantage Raiders just could not break through. So not only would this be the end to a very exciting season of Raiders lacrosse, but it would also mark the last time so many valuable seniors would wear a Raiders uniform. Ryan Connon, Carter Huff, Sam McGee, Jake Moen, Billy Garante, Griffin Morgan, Kevin Ward, Sean Cox, Chase Connolly, Kyle Knoll, Will Tamboni, and Luke Sanabria. 12 seniors who have made an outstanding impact in their high school careers here at Wellesley. Their individual efforts and hard work will definitely be missed. Though Wellesley's lacrosse season ends here at Xaverian by the final 14-5 Hawks, for the young talent that still remains on this team, the future for these Raiders looks bright, ready for whatever comes their way. Well, that does it for this episode, as baseball and boys lacrosse would sadly see their seasons come to an end. But girls lacrosse is still very much in this MIAA tournament. So we'll keep you covered every step of the way as the Raiders look to go deeper into what is sure to be an exciting playoff run. Check us out on demand at wellesleymedia.org, our YouTube and Facebook pages at Wellesley Public Media, right here on Comcast 9 and Verizon 39.